Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a beautiful fall afternoon for Homecoming 2008. A couple of 3-6 teams get together this afternoon as the Tennessee Volunteers host the Wyoming Cowboys. Hi, everybody. I'm Randy Smith along with Pat Ryan. It has been a strange week in Knoxville and all over Tennessee, to say the least. On Monday, head coach Philip Fulmer announced he would not return for the 2009 football season. And, Pat, I would imagine that everybody's wanting to know which team's going to show up, the one that was angry at the press conference or a team that may just tank it the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think to play a good football game, you have to be focused, and not only on Saturday, you have to have focus through the week. Is that focus going to be here today for this Tennessee football team?
And we will be talking with Athletic Director Mike Hamilton coming up at halftime about the coaching search at Tennessee. Now, for today's game, Devin Moore, one of the great running backs in his conference, leads that conference in rushing. Pat, he's a force to deal with.
He is. 234 yards last week against San Diego State, 115 yards a game, 7 touchdowns this season. He is their offense.
Let's take a look at the starters on offense for Wyoming. The line, Ryan Otterson, Sam Sterner, Tim Bond, Kyle Howard, and Clayton Curvin. In the backfield, Greg Jinho, Devin Moore, we've talked about him, Greg Bowling, Brandon Stewart, and Jessen Salyards. And Eric Berry, the Mr. Do-It-All for Tennessee. He has to be a legitimate Heisman candidate for 2009.
Well, you know, if he played offense, he darn sure would be. Here he is picking off a pass, his 6th of the season, and bringing it back last week against South Carolina. He leads the team in interceptions, return yards, second in tackles. He's their do-it-all guy.
Already has 442 career interception return yards. That is the SEC all-time leader. The Tennessee defensive lineup looks this way this afternoon against Wyoming. Wes Brown, Robert Ayers at the ends. Boy, Ayers is really playing well. Dan Williams, DeMonte Bolden at the tackles. Linebackers, Nevin McKenzie, Alex Wilson, and Rico McCoy. The secondary for the Volunteers looks this way. D'Angelo Willingham at a corner, Marcellus Johnson at the other, Eric Berry and Dennis Rogan at the safeties this afternoon. And there is head coach Philip Fulmer in his 17th season as the head Volunteer. 150 wins, 51 losses, just under 75%. And on the other side, Joe Glenn in his 6th season, 29-39. Overall, though, he has a pretty good record, 187 wins, 98 losses, and 1 tie. Tennessee, of course, will receive as Wyoming won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. Nick Landis kicks it off, and it's a high kick coming down at about the 7-yard line for Dennis Rogan. Rogan up the middle. Cuts it to the outside. Rogan with some speed. Turns it on. Past the 45. Almost to midfield. A good return by Dennis Rogan. And the Volunteers are in good shape to start the game in terms of field position, Pat, which is very, very important. Both of these teams, they're 3-6, and both teams struggling offensively.
Yeah, they've both been challenged offensively. Neither team has really moved the ball consistently. Anytime you can get field position close to your 50-yard line to start a series, you're way ahead of the game.
Nick Stevens is the quarterback, and Lennon Creer gets the start at tailback for Tennessee. In motion to the far side of the field is Rogers. Pitch back to Creer. Creer with a little bit of a block, and he's hammered down for no gain. John Fletcher from his defensive tackle position makes the play. Wyoming's defensive front is a 3-4 with 4 linebackers and 3 down linemen.
Well, and Fletcher makes a lot of plays up there. He's one of the leading tacklers up in the front 4 or the front 3, and has had some really good seasons up this one coming in this year, off an all WAC conference selection last season.
2nd down and 10. Stevens rolling right, throwing, pass caught. Austin Rogers makes the reception. A gain of about 6, maybe 7. Marcel Gibson makes the tackle. A gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, nice bootleg out to the right side. Nick rolls out, hits Stevens on the sideline on a simple little stop route out there. Now Tennessee's got 3rd and 3 for the season, picking up about 32% on 3rd down. That's something they need to prove on today.
Tennessee with 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right. The lone setback with Stevens is Lennon Creer. Stevens out of the shotgun, fires over the middle, caught at the 40, first down to the 35. The receiver is Austin Rogers, number 21, who makes his second. Actually, that's Lucas Taylor, number 12. The second completion for Stevens, a pickup of 12 yards and a Tennessee first down.
Yeah, it just runs a little curl pattern on the right side. They run Creer out to the right side to pull the linebacker coverage off of him, left him one-on-one in the middle.
First down for the Volunteers at the 35-yard line of the Cowboys. 2 minutes into the first quarter. Creer cuts it to the outside, gets away from one man, inside the 35 to about the 32, a pickup of 3, maybe 4. We'll see where they mark it. Chris Prasinski makes the tackle for Wyoming.
And that's a name you're going to hear a lot today. He's the free safety for Wyoming, and you don't normally think of a free safety as beating a leading tackler, but he is the leading tackler on this football team this year.
You got a shot of Arian Foster, who is not playing today. He has a thigh bruise. So Lennon Creer. That pass is caught, batted into the air, intercepted, and unless Lucas Taylor can catch him, he's going to score, and Taylor catches him inside the 5. Wyoming, number 45 for the Cowboys. That's Brian Studnicka, freshman linebacker. Batted that ball in the air, picked it off, and rumbled all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Now it's number 47.
Well, that's Mike Newhouse, the defensive lineman. He shot through untouched, tried to run the quick screen out to the left side. Nick turned and just let the ball go. Didn't even see the defender. He's right there, batted it up, and got lucky, batted it right to himself, and he lumbered down to the 5-yard line.
And Lucas Taylor was at least 30 yards behind him when he caught it. Pass, touchdown, Wyoming. Greg Genho, the receiver. The quarterback was Swain. And it is a 6-0 Wyoming lead.
Well, it's just a little fake slip to fullback out in the flat. He loses the linebacker, and it's just an easy throw and catch for the touchdown.
Jake Scott will attempt the extra point. Wyoming getting set to take a 7-0 lead if he makes it. And Tennessee jumped. The kick is away. We'll see what they're talking about, actually, who the flag was against.
Yeah, it's obviously on Tennessee. It's just decide whether Wyoming decides they want to go for 2.
We'll play the try.
Steve Shaw, your referee for today's game, explains it. They'll re-kick it. Scott will again attempt the extra to make it a 7-0 game. And he does. It is 7-0 Wyoming, 12:04 to go in the first quarter. The big turnover, the interception by defensive tackle Mike Newhouse. 6'3", 260, a junior. He got the ball on the deflected pass by Nick Stevens and returned it all the way to the Tennessee 4. And then Genho's 4-yard touchdown reception from Karsten Swain makes it a 7-0 Wyoming lead.
Jim, when you touch down at Hampton, you wake up a winner.
That's right, Tracy. Thanks to their complimentary hot breakfast. Omelet.
Sausage.
French toast sticks.
I love French food. And sticks.
Most half-ton exhaust manifolds are built the old-fashioned way. You ask for headers born from racing and built for power. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
Defensive end comes up with a great play for the Cowboys.
I thought it was the linebacker that broke through the line of scrimmage and batted it up. When I saw him running down the field, I knew it couldn't be a linebacker because that guy was slow.
Well, as I mentioned, Lucas Taylor, when he started, he was 30 yards downfield behind him and caught him from behind. Let's take a look at it.
Here it is. He slipped. Nobody touches him. He's right in Nick's face, and he just bats it to himself and takes off.
So it's a 7-0 Wyoming lead. And again, it'll be Nick Landis kicking off. Lennon Creer and Dennis Rogan back deep to receive the kick again for Tennessee.
You know, Tennessee started well, got good field position from Dennis Rogan off the kick return, brought in, got a nice first down, the pass to Lucas Taylor. A short pickup by Lennon Creer, and next thing you know, you're down 7-0. Not exactly the start that Tennessee wanted today, I promise you that.
Landis kicking off for the second time today. There's a shot at Dennis Rogan, who's back deep along with Lennon Creer. This one kick is much shorter. Taken by Rogan at the 18. Rogan back up the middle of the field. Explodes past the 35, and another good return.
Hands up. Come on, three-pointer.
The right side. Taylor to the left. Lone setback is Creer. Three-step drop, quick pass. Taylor lost the football. It's incomplete. Incomplete. Taylor dropped the ball to Sean Gibson, defending for Wyoming.
Yeah, and that's not the first down play you want to hit. It was set up very nicely. Nick got the ball out quick, hit Taylor. Taylor just tried to run with it before he caught him.
The line of scrimmage, the 36. It'll be second down and 10. Nick Stevens 2 out of 4 for 18 yards. Two backs in the backfield. That's Cooper, the fullback, and Creer, the tailback. Stevens gets away from the pressure, keeps it. Stevens still on his feet, rumbling ahead, picks up a couple of yards. That'll be it, maybe 2. It'll be third and long for Tennessee. Ward Dobbs makes the tackle for Wyoming.
Well, had to play action pass set up, but what that doesn't account for is a safety blitz. Safety came off the outside. Nobody saw him. Nick did a good job of avoiding him and getting something out of a bad play.
Third down and 8. The line of scrimmage, the Tennessee 38-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Three down linemen to rush for Wyoming. Stevens had all day in the world. That pass batted away, intended for Gerald Jones, who would have had a first down. Actually, Denarius Moore, the intended receiver. He couldn't hold it. Deflected by Chris Prasinski, and it'll be fourth down. Tennessee will have to punt.
Yeah, that's a good play by Prasinski. Wyoming brought 3 guys, dropped 8. It's hard to find anybody in that maze of people. Had a slight opening there, but Prasinski did a good job of reading the quarterback and getting his hand in there at the last second.
Britton Colquitt will stand inside his 25 and punt it. High, short kick. It's going to bounce and take a Wyoming turn to the 40. And Tennessee will down it at the 40-yard line. With 10:49 to go in the first quarter, a 22-yard net punt for Britton Colquitt, who was punting against a pretty stiff wind here today.
It's nice and sunny, nice, beautiful fall day, but there is quite a bit of wind coming from left to right.
Chris Stutzrine, the quarterback. Devin Moore, the tailback. Draw play, Moore straight ahead to the 40, got a yard. That'll be it. Nevin McKenzie wraps him up after a pickup of 1. It'll be second down and about 9.
You know, we talked about it in the pregame. Devin Moore is their guy. I mean, he's not just one of their options. He is their guy. Their offense, they average 100 and some yards passing, only 100 and some yards passing a game. They have to run the football.
Moore Off left tackle. Tennessee's there to wrap him up. He picked up another yard. It'll be 3rd and 8. Rico McCoy wraps up Moore this time. 2 carries for Devin Moore for 2 yards.
Well, they tried to run between the tackles twice, and Tennessee's done what they've done most often this season. They've done a good job against opposing running backs.
3rd down and 8. Stutzrine, the quarterback.
Here comes the blitz.
Tennessee coming hard. Stutzrine gets away. Bounces off one guy. Gets the first down all the way to the Tennessee 45-yard line. Stutzrine, the quarterback, did a great job getting away from the initial trouble and then broke a tackle and picked up the first down.
Well, he's a big guy, kind of slew-footed, breaks up. Tennessee missed 2 tackles right there. Would have stopped him short of the first down yards. Lumbers, kind of looked like a big defensive lineman that picked that pass off, lumbered up the field, but converted the first down.
First down, Wyoming. Stutzrine still at quarterback. Pitch back to Moore. He's going to run wide. Tennessee's got him sealed off. He picked up a yard, maybe 2. We'll see where they mark it. Out of bounds. That stops the clock with exactly 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And Eric Berry knocks him out.
I kept looking at 29 and who is that? Who is that? Yeah.
Well, Berry's wearing number 29 in honor of former teammate. Actually, it was not his teammate. It was Inky Johnson.
Yeah, Inky's a graduate assistant over there. He helps coach the defensive backs.
Great young man. Can't say enough about Inky Johnson. 2nd down and 8. Quick pass to the left side, complete to Moore. Gets away from one guy, not from another. But he takes it inside the 40. It'll be 3rd and short. Pick up of 4 yards. Rico McCoy makes the tackle for Tennessee. It'll be 3rd down and about 5, maybe 4.
Yeah, Wyoming lined up with that wide bunch formation. 4 guys out there tried to get the quick pass out there. 3 blockers, hope you get a crease. Rico did a good job of busting up through that and making the tackle.
Big 3rd down. Stutzrine gives it to Moore off the left side. He's going to be stopped short. Picks up a couple. It'll be 4th down and 2, maybe 3. Rico McCoy again makes the tackle for the Volunteers, but it's decision time for Wyoming.
And they've made their decision. Looks like they're going to punt the ball deep.
Austin McCoy, number 28, is going to come in to punt the ball for Wyoming.
Good play by McCoy. Doesn't get lulled to sleep in the 3rd long situation thinking they're going to throw. They tried to run a little inside draw. He had his eyes on Moore the whole time. Took him down for a very short gain.
Rogan stands at the 10. McCoy will punt it away. Low short kick. He's trying to angle it out of bounds, and he does. He kicks it inside the 10. It'll be out at the 8-yard line, and Tennessee will put it in play. 1st down and 10 from the 8. Tremaine Brown, number 12, was the man who got down there in a hurry after the ball hit the ground and kept it. It's at the 4-yard line, so it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 4. Great punt by Austin McCoy.
Yeah, Tennessee's got their work cut out for them. They're down on the 4-yard line. They do have the wind, but you've got to mount together a drive. You've got to get out of the hole here because Wyoming's come in here not knowing what to expect. Gets a free touchdown early, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves right now. You got to change that.
Well, the longer you leave a team in a game like this, the better chance they have to win. Tennessee came in a pretty big favorite this afternoon in a battle of 3 and 6 teams. But things are not going their way right now. There's Inky Johnson. We talked about him. He was injured 2 years ago.
He had a devastating shoulder injury.
The game against Marshall, I believe.
Yeah. And he was undoubtedly, he was against Air Force.
Air Force, right.
Yeah, I knew it was early in the season, but he was undoubtedly the defensive leader. He was the guy that everybody looked up to. Just a fine guy. Super quality person.
Well,
brake lights out. Let's pull them over.
Oh, come on. The game's on. Okay.
Please pull your vehicle to the right. Come on, get outside. Get outside.
Hands up.
Get his hands up. Come on, three-pointer.
The Slingbox lets you watch your home TV through the internet on your laptop or mobile phone.
Post up, post up.
What are you talking about?
Lennon Creer is the tailback. Stevens hands it to Creer, crosses the 5 out to about the 7, a pickup of about 2, maybe 3. Coach Fulmer alluded to the fact that if Stevens was unable to move the team today, we could see Jonathan Crompton, maybe even B.J. Coleman at quarterback today.
No doubt. Last week Crompton came in, really didn't get anything done that we hadn't been doing, but they've been talking about Coleman taking a few extra snaps in practice. We might see him today.
Second down at the 7-yard line. Stevens, deep pass, nobody there. Rogers was about 10 yards ahead, but that was a miscommunication between Stevens and Rogers. And now Tennessee will be faced with 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Stevens said that Rogers had one-on-one coverage out there. Stevens was looking for him to break that off into a deep sideline route, and Austin didn't quite get that ESP message that was supposed to be sent to him. He just kept running up the field.
3rd down and 7. Tennessee from the 7-yard line. Today they're 0 for 1 in 3rd down conversions. As Pat mentioned, they've converted 32% of them this year.
Wyoming dropping 8 guys into coverage.
Stevens throwing, pass caught. What a catch.
No.
Now they say it's incomplete. The receiver was Josh Briscoe, who went up high but could not control the ball as he came down. It'll be 4th down and 7, and again Tennessee will punt.
Well, that's a good throw. There's not many holes in that coverage. Briscoe does a good job of going up high and sacrificing his body to try and bring that football down, but just got it raked out at the last second by Marcel Gibson. And Tennessee's going to have to punt again.
Britton Colquitt's punted once today, was not a good one, 22 yards. He's kicking from his end zone. This one's a little better, but it's still going to be short. Fair catch called for and made by Brandon Stewart. So great field position coming up for Wyoming. They're in the Tennessee side of the field following a 41-yard punt into the wind by Britton Colquitt.
You know, scientific tests have proven that when you drink Dr. Pepper slowly, the 23 flavors taste even better. Hey, I get it, because half my life's been in slow motion. Watch this. Slower is.
Play action, rolling to the right. Stutzring in trouble, throws it away. Incomplete. D'Angelo Willingham was defending.
Yeah, he ran the bootleg out to the right side. Really couldn't find anybody. Semi threw that ball away. He was trying to give Chris Johnson a chance to catch that ball. And if he could make a great catch on the sideline, he would have had it. But he was putting it where nobody else could get it.
2nd down 10. They give it to Moore, and there's absolutely nothing there. Tennessee stops him for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Actually, they say a loss of a little bit. Boy, there was just nowhere for Moore to go, and DeMonte Bolden drug him down from behind.
Yeah, DeMonte did a good job of just bull rushing through the right guard area and caught Moore before he had a chance to do anything.
3rd down and 11 from midfield. Stutzring back to throw. Tennessee's coming after him. They're covered. Pass is caught. But Moore is down at the 45. A gain of only about 2, maybe 3. And it'll be 4th down upcoming. Nevin McKenzie laid the wood to him after he caught it.
Yeah, Stutzring did a really good job of laying his running back out to dry right here. That guy's your offense. You don't want to hang him up there and take a chance of getting him drilled in the back. Very short gain.
Dennis Rogan will stand at his 10-yard line again, and Austin McCoy, who had a great punt last time with the win, will be punting again. High, deep kick. This is going to bounce and roll into the checkerboard, and Tennessee will be better off than they were last time. They get it at the 20, 1st down and 10 with 4:43 to go.
You know, scientific tests have proven that when you drink Dr. Pepper slowly, the 23 flavors taste even better. Hey, I get it, because half my life's been in slow motion. Watch this. Slower is better. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
That was fitted, Dr. J, right there.
Be transformed by experiences so intense they alter everything forever. By colors so vibrant they twist the very fabric of your being. And sounds so pure you don't just hear them, you become them. By a world so beyond anything you've ever experienced. Nothing will ever be the same. The new Kuro, now blacker than ever.
Texas 21-14. Georgia up 14-7 over Kentucky. In South Carolina 10-0 over Arkansas in the first quarter. Torrin Poole, number 28, in at running back. They give it to him. He spins away, still on his feet. Good yardage. Picks up about 7 or 8. A gain of, they say, 9, so it'll be 2nd down and 1 for Torrin Poole.
He's a guy we hadn't seen much this year. He's only run the ball 11 times to this point. But he's going to have to get some runs today because Lennon Creer can't handle the whole game by himself.
Hardesty's out with a stress fracture. We knew that. And then right before the game, a deep thigh bruise puts Arian Foster on the shelf.
See, this situation, you got 8 men in the box. This is where you need to throw the football.
Stevens, Poole out to the 30. It'll be very close. Loose football. They say the ground caused that one, so regardless of who gets it, it still will be Tennessee's ball, but we'll see where they mark it.
Just short of the 1st down.
Mike Juergens defending for Wyoming. Here's a look. Yeah, that's not a fumble.
Yeah, I don't know if that's such a great spot either. They marked him short of the 30-yard line by about a foot, and that's what he needs for the 1st down.
3rd down and about a foot, as Pat said. Kevin Cooper is the fullback. Torrin Poole, the tailback behind Stevens. Give it to Poole, who gets the 1st down, fights ahead for a couple of tough yards. It will be a 1st down, Tennessee.
Not exactly the type of run, I'll promise you, that Phil Fulmer's looking for. Poole got the 1st down. He looks like running pretty strong, but you don't, for 3rd and short, you don't want to see a guy going in the hole spinning. I mean, that you can spin some other time. You need that foot. You go in there busting it straight ahead.
It's at the 33. It's a first down. Gerald Jones and Lucas Taylor, along with Rogers, the wideouts for Tennessee. The lone setback is Poole. Motion is Jones. To Poole again, off tackle, good yardage, straight ahead. Taron Poole, I like the way he is hitting that line. He's hitting it with authority quickly.
Yeah, he is hitting it quick. Got a nice cutback lane here also. Plays designed to go to the right. He sees the cutback lane right now. Just one little quick move and takes it straight up the field.
Pickup of 9, just as he picked up on his first carry. Second down and 1. Line of scrimmage, the Tennessee 41. Stevens, Poole again. First down to the 43, 44-yard line. Taron Poole is the workhorse for the Volunteers as he picks up their third first down of the game. Gabe Napton and Rob Hallway make the tackle for Wyoming.
Tennessee's doing a good job in this series so far of handling the front three. They're doing a good job of blocking the three big guys with their hands down and giving the running backs a chance to get into the linebacker area.
Poole's going to get a rest. Creer's back in at tailback for Tennessee. Stevens hands it to Creer, who falls forward for 3, maybe 4. Tennessee's just lining up and running the football.
You know, I think they're going to say, hey, we're better up front than you guys are, and we're going to jam it at you. Now, so far this season, Wyoming has not been that bad against the run. They've given up around 135 yards a game rushing, and they've got a veteran defensive front. Those 3 guys up front and the 4 linebackers, I think there's 6 juniors out of the bunch, and they're all pretty good-sized guys. So Tennessee's doing a good job of whipping them at this point.
In motion, far right is Creer. Stevens on second down and 6. He is going to be slung down back inside the 40. Mike Juergens got back there to him. Boy, you go from second down and 6 to third and about 20.
And you know, that just shouldn't happen. I know people will say, why are you throwing the football? You're just jamming it down their throat. Well, you got to throw the football too, and there's no excuse for letting a linebacker to come through untouched on a situation like that. Somebody missed a coverage or a protection.
Georgia's tied. Kentucky has tied Georgia 14-all in the second period. The game up in Lexington today. Third down and 17. Stevens. Slip screen to the right. Taylor back to the original line and then 2 yards further, but it will be 4th down and still very long, and Britton Colquitt will come on to punt once again.
And just a slip screen, like you said, out to the right to Taylor. Got everybody out there, but they just do a good job of coming off blocks there. Ward Dobbs out there got off his block and disrupted the play enough to cut it short of the first down.
Before Tennessee punts it, we'll have a timeout. Actually, that's the end of the first quarter, as Wyoming has a 7-0 lead with Tennessee about to punt the ball to start the second period of play here on Homecoming 2008. And at his own 15 or inside the 15 to receive the punt by Colquitt. 7-0. Wyoming leads, taking advantage of a Tennessee turnover, an interception in the middle of the first quarter, and then a touchdown pass to Greg Jinho, the fullback.
You know, Tennessee offensively really has been pretty good on offense, but 2 plays, and here's one of them, the interception by Newhouse in the run back, but 2 plays, that and the sack in the last series, have shut them down.
Fair catch at the 11-yard line by Brandon Stewart, and Wyoming will put it in play. First down and 10 from that point. A 43-yard punt with a fair catch by Britton Colquitt. So 8 seconds into the second period, Wyoming's got the football back. Stutzriem, the quarterback. And Wynell Selden, number 31, is the tailback. We're going to give Moore a rest. 6 feet, 217, a senior. Inside, they give it to Selden. He picks up a couple to the 5. That's about it. Or actually out to the 12-yard line. Dan Williams makes the tackle for Tennessee.
Yeah, Dan Williams comes off the block. Job of knocking down Selden. You know, Selden's been a 4-year starter for in the backfield along with Moore. They both combined to rush for well over 1,000 yards. This is the fourth season they've done that.
Second down. Stutzring, the quarterback, hands it to Selden again. Off the right side, carries it out to the 15, a pickup of maybe 4. It'll be third down for Wyoming. Your first quarter stats. Volunteers have outrushed them 26-18, outpassed them 27-13. Pretty good edge in total yards, but that one turnover led to the score. Pass caught, first down. Greg Bowling hammered as he got the reception. And making the hit for Tennessee was Rico McCoy from his linebacker spot. Here's a look.
Well, just a short pass out to the left. Marcellus Johnson just gives too much cushion there on a third down play. Stutzering's kind of a slow thrower. You should be able to read him a little bit and come up and break on that football.
First down, Wyoming. It's at the Cowboy 26. Stutzring, quick drop over the middle, pass incomplete. Intended for Chris Sundberg, a tight end. And it'll be second down and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he looked left, came back to Sundberg on the right side. Really good coverage by McCoy because he's all over him. At the perfect pass, but still couldn't get it in there.
Wyoming going quickly, no huddle. First down out to the 40 goes Wynell Selden. I think they went with a quick count and caught Tennessee asleep after a 13-yard gain. They get a first down.
Yeah, Wynell broke through a big gaping hole, runs into his blocker out there on the side. Possibly could have had more yards if he wouldn't have got tackled by his own guy.
2 receivers right. They give it to Selden again. Big hole to the 45. Still on his feet out to midfield. Gets another first down. Dennis Rogan makes the tackle for Tennessee, but not before Selden gets 11.
Yeah, good strong run by Selden. He's the thunder in this duo. They call Moore lightning and he and thunder. He's a little bigger, a little stronger. Showed it there at the end of that run.
Best offensive possession of the day for Wyoming. First down at midfield. Stutzring. Penalty marker down, a free play for Stutzring, who completes the pass for another first down to Brendan Stewart. Inside the Tennessee 40, it's a pickup of about 15. And I think it was the penalty marker will be offsides against Tennessee.
Well, they've gone on a couple quick counts on successive plays. Then he gave them a long
offsides on the defense, left defensive end. The penalty is declined. It'll be a first down.
And then he gives them a longer count, and Tennessee jumps. That's sharp play by your quarterback, mixing things up.
First down, Wyoming. They moved it to the Tennessee 35-yard line. In motion to the near side of the field. I believe that's Stewart. It is. He picks up 8. It'll be second down and 2.
And Stewart came in motion, just a wide receiver sweep to the left side. Get a good block on McCoy there. He breaks it back up inside for 8 yards. Stewart had to come out of the ball game. They're looking at him over on the sidelines.
Second down, 2. Wyoming at the Tennessee 27. Stutzring lobbing it for the far side of the field. It's incomplete, way over the head of the intended receiver. That's number 3, Travis Burkhalter. Willingham was defending for Tennessee, so it will be third down and 2.
Yeah, there's Stewart over there. The trainer checking him out. Looks like he's got a little shoulder bruise or strain. Last play, Stutzring, he rolled out right. They're moving the quarterback to stay away from the pressure. He didn't have anything, so looked like he just tried to focus that photographer over there.
3rd down and 2. Stutzring rolling right, throwing it back. He's got a man. Sundberg has the 1st down inside the 25. A pickup of 7 on the pass to Sundberg. Dennis Rogan wrapped him up, but not before Wyoming gets another 1st down.
Yeah, we'll give Rogan credit for possibly saving a touchdown here. Rolled him back out right, threw back to the tight end. Rogan slips inside the block of Russ Arnold out there. If he doesn't get inside that block, tight end's running down the sideline.
1st down at the 21. Stutzring gives it to Selden, and not much there. He gets it down inside the 20, picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd down. Rico McCoy, we've called his name a lot today.
Yeah, Rico's been pretty visible so far this afternoon.
You know, I don't see a lot of fire over there. I just don't see it. I don't see it in the crowd, the people that are here, and I just don't see it on either side of the football. I can understand why.
Well, I can too. It's hard to say, but I'm with you. I haven't seen a lot either. Little rollout pass.
Incomplete. Pass was intended for Selden.
I'll tell you what, I think what Wyoming is doing, Wyoming has not played that bad of football. What's killed Wyoming this year is turnovers. They've turned the ball over almost 30 times in 9 games. 15 interceptions, 14 fumbles, and had a lot of points scored on them because of that. Looks like they're rolling the quarterback out, putting him out there where he's got 1 or 2 guys to throw to. If he doesn't like it, throw it away, keep him turning the football over.
3rd down and 10, big play. Stutzring rolling right, throwing it. Pass is caught. It'll be short of the 1st down. Travis Burkhalter makes the grab. He picked up 6, but it will be 4th down and about 3.5 to go.
Another rollout pass.
Nice catch.
Yeah, caught his receiver on the sideline. A little wide throw, but as you said, nice catch. Sets him up with a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 situation, or 4th and 3. And they're going to try a field goal.
31-yard field goal by Jake Scott. Trying to add to this Wyoming lead. Kick is away. It's spinning. It is going left, and it is no good. Scott misses a 31-yard field goal. The Volunteers have held, but Wyoming moved all the way down to the Tennessee 21 before they missed the field goal.
Yeah, Wyoming did a good job of moving the football and converting 3rd downs or 1st downs. Made some nice plays on the outside. Got some good strong runs by now Selden, but got nothing out of it.
So Tennessee takes the football back with just under 10 minutes to go in the 1st half.
Takes just 3 years for many half-tons to burn through this much tranny fluid. Ours lasts longer, so you go through a whole lot less. Looks like you got some time to kill. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
Be transformed by experiences so intense, they alter everything forever. By colors so vibrant, they twist the very fabric of your being. And sounds so pure, you don't just hear them, you become them. By a world so beyond anything you've ever experienced, nothing will ever be the same. The new Kuro, now blacker than ever.
Anyway, that's a pretty confusing type offense. Butch Davis has done a good job in North Carolina getting that program back, as has Paul Johnson turned Georgia Tech around this year. Both of them ranked, I think, 19th and 21 or something in the country.
First down, Tennessee at the 20-yard line. A lot of time left here in the first half, and Lennon Creer is the tailback. Stevens has gone all the way at quarterback for the Volunteers. Give it to Creer, bounces right. He's going to be snowed under. He's going to lose about 4, maybe 5. Weston Johnson makes the tackle from his strong linebacker spot. A little help from defensive tackle John Fletcher for the Cowboys.
Yeah, and Fred Givens did a really good job on Josh McNeil, just kind of holding his own, pushing him back a little bit, not giving any cushion to the running back and let those other guys come and make the play.
Second down and 12 following the 2-yard loss. Stevens with a long count. Rodgers in motion to the far side. Stevens, quick drop, pass intercepted. That's going to be returned all the way for a Wyoming touchdown. Ward Dobbs from his weak linebacker spot. And Wyoming has taken a 13-0 lead, an 18-yard return on the interception by Dobbs.
Well, here it is. He's trying to fit one in on the left side. Dobbs is standing there. Even if it gets past Dobbs, the cornerback had really great coverage. They're sitting down on our receivers. They're not playing back at all. I talked about Wyoming having trouble with turnovers this year. That's what's doomed their season. Well, those kind of plays right there, return for touchdowns, are just season killers.
Extra point by Jake Scott is no good. He missed a field goal down there. Now he misses an extra point. And if Tennessee could get a couple of touchdowns on the board, that could be big, but. It's a big but, too, I guarantee you. 9:03 to go. 13-0 Wyoming. Let's look at the interception again.
And as you can see, short draw. Well, that ball got tipped.
Deflected.
That ball got deflected up front. That's how that ball ended up in Dobbs' hands. But where Nick was throwing the ball, I didn't see anybody in an open area. Could have missed something, but Dobbs had one kick right to him. 2 deflections, 2 interceptions, result in 2 touchdowns.
You know, scientific tests have proven that when you drink Dr. Pepper slowly, the 23 flavors taste even better. Hey, I get it, because half my life's been in slow motion. Watch this. Slower is better. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
That was fitted, Dr. J, right there.
Jim, when you touch down at Hampton, you wake up a winner.
That's right, Tracy. Thanks to their complimentary hot breakfast. Omelet.
Sausage.
French toast sticks.
I love French food. And sticks.
Brake lights out. Let's pull them over.
Oh, come on. The game's on. Okay.
Please pull your vehicle to the right. Come on, get outside. Get outside.
Hands up.
Come on, three-pointer.
The Slingbox lets you watch your home TV through the internet on your laptop or mobile phone.
Post up, post up. What are you talking about?
Hadn't materialized yet. They're filling up slowly, though. People coming in late.
Nick Landis will kick it off for Wyoming. Dennis Rogan and Lennon Creer back deep to receive for Tennessee. Wyoming has taken a 13-0 lead, and both scores have come off costly Tennessee turnovers. Landis kicking against the wind. Short kick taken at the 12-yard line by Rogan. Rogan up the middle. Crosses the 30. Tennessee will put it in play from that point. First down and 10 yards to go. Down 13-0.
I believe we're going to see Jonathan Crompton.
Crompton in at quarterback. Number 8. A smattering of boos around the stadium, but you got to try something.
You're down 2 scores. You got to get something going, whatever it takes. I don't care if it's putting you in, Randy.
I don't think we'll ever get that bad. Torrin Poole takes the handoff, explodes up the middle for 4. Tell you, I was impressed with Torrin Poole's running ability.
I'm right there with you. You know, you've got 4 good running backs, and there's just, it's kind of like playing basketball. I mean, there's only one basketball, and it's hard to play all those guys. Torrin Poole just had to be the odd guy out until this game.
Second down, hand off to the second man through. That's Torrin Poole, who keeps driving forward to the 40-yard line. He's not going to get the first down, but he's going to get close. He picks up 5 more. John Fletcher makes the tackle for Wyoming.
That's just what you talked about, though, Randy. Gets the ball. Really not a lot there, a little crease, but he just keeps driving. You know, those second effort yards after contact, puts him in position, 3rd and short, to make a first down.
3rd down and 1. The ball is right on the 40-yard line. They give it to Poole again, gets the first down, spins forward for a couple more. Gabe Napton makes the tackle, but a 3-yard pickup for Torrin Poole. It's a first down for the Volunteers out to the 43-yard line.
And Poole, he's hot. He thinks he's claiming somebody gave him a little extra knee shot or something. No, I didn't see it. Looked like he was the one that threw that foot out there. But first down.
2 setbacks behind Crompton. Pitch back to Poole. Got some blockers ahead. Poole tripped up after he picks up 2, maybe 3. Marcel Gibson makes the tackle for Wyoming. Wasn't much, but it was positive yardage.
Yeah, got a little pitch out here to the side. Looked like he's got some folks up front. Gibson does a really good job of going down low, getting lower than the blocker outside, and tripping up Poole.
2nd down, 7 after a 3-yard pickup by Torrin Poole. Clock moving, 6:40 to go first half. Wyoming up 13-0. Play action. Crompton threw it at the feet of Kevin Cooper.
Well, really just tried to throw that ball a little quick. And understandably, that ball just slipped out of his hand. On further review there, I think that ball just slipped. But I felt like he tried to throw the ball a little quick, didn't give Cooper a chance to get out into an open area.
3rd down, 7. Tennessee 2 receivers left, 2 right. A lone setback is Poole behind Crompton, who moves into the shotgun. Crompton over the middle. Pass caught by Rogers. According to where they mark it, I believe he's going to get the first down. That's Briscoe, rather, made the catch. He needed 7. He picked up 7, but he got the first down.
Yeah.
And that was a well-thrown pass.
Yeah, that's the same guy. You know, about 30 seconds apart. That was 3 steps. That one came ripping out of there, right on the money. And that pass has got to be perfect because that's pretty darn good coverage. If he's got to reach for that ball, that gets knocked out, hits him right on the numbers, keeps the drive moving.
First down, Tennessee into Wyoming territory. Wyoming leading at 13-0. Crompton hands it to Lennon Creer. Spins away from one man, but does not get away from the other. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, Fletcher made the initial hit, wrapped Creer up out there, held him just long enough that when he did break free, another guy was there to clean up the action.
Ward Dobbs made the tackle. 2nd down and 10. Clock moving. 5:33 to go first half. Wyoming leading at 13-0. Crompton, play action. Had the ball stripped. Picked up by Jones, and he's dropped back at the 45. It'll be 3rd down and very long. A loss of 7 on the play. Quincy Rogers, the man that got there.
Quincy Rogers, strong safety blitz, comes off the edge. Jones is there. Gerald Jones, he's the guy that's got to block him and doesn't. Ball gets stripped. and Jones alertly scoops it back up.
Rogers 6'1", 211. Pretty good size safety.
You know, I tell you what, Wyoming's guessed right a couple of times on play action passes, brought the strong safety and got him free.
3rd down and 19 at the 45. Crompton back over the middle, incomplete, intended for Austin Rogers. It'll be 4th down.
I think a little miscommunication. Jonathan was looking for more of a seam route, and I don't know that Austin quite gave him what he wanted.
So Britton Colquitt will come on to punt for Tennessee. David Leonard back deep to receive for Wyoming. 3 punts today, averaging about 35 yards a kick for Colquitt. Snap is away, kick high, booming kick. Help from the wind, bounces at the 5, up and caught and downed at the 1-yard line by Denarius Moore. A 54-yard punt by Britton Colquitt has backed Wyoming up to the Cowboy 1-yard line.
He got that one to turn over, and it's tough to get him to turn over with a good wind behind you, but that ball was spiraling, turned over, and got the bounce that punters dream of, straight up, and Denarius Moore was there to down it.
So the Volunteers put Wyoming in very, very poor field position. Still 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the first half, and be nice for Eric Berry to pick one off right here.
Yeah, or anybody, or Inky Johnson, you mean, or whatever his name is. I tell you what Wyoming's been doing on offense, they've been continually rolling their quarterback, getting him away from the rush, and getting him out on the edge where he doesn't have a lot of people flashing at him, where he can find 1 or 2 guys to throw to. Pretty safe stuff to this point. I think you're going to see Tennessee coming off the edge a few times now because, as I said, they're rolling very similar to what Mississippi State did early in the game against us. They rolled the quarterback a lot, and you saw Tennessee come with a package where they started bringing people off the edge, trying to force that rollout package, force that edge. I think you're going to start seeing some of that.
And the Tennessee defense getting the crowd up into the game. They want to make some noise. Bands playing on the sideline. 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go. In the first half, it's a 13-0 Wyoming lead.
Well, 4 minutes to go, and Tennessee still has not found any offense. It's just been elusive for these guys. Even when they do something right, it seems like a bad play jumps up and bites them.
Stutzring, the quarterback. Devin Moore, the tailback. He keeps it, falls forward, picks up a yard, maybe. Stutzring on the keeper. Not much there. Maybe a yard to the 2. It'll be second down.
Well, he's big as most of the linemen, so he's bound to at least be able to pull himself for a yard.
Second down 9. Clock moving. 3:48, 3:47 to go. Wyoming maybe going with a quick count. They are. They give it to Moore. Moore straight ahead, fights his way to the 5, still on his feet, out to the 10, really close to a first down. He will be short. Devin Moore just fighting and driving his way out for an 8-yard gain.
This looked like it was going to be a short gain. Moore hits the pile, spins back out, breaks a tackle, has to break the umpire's tackle. He played against 12 guys on that play. Got to the outside and got within a yard of the first down marker.
Joe Glenn was upset at that. It's 3rd down and 1. They give it to Moore, and he gets the first down, crossing the 10. Moore gets 1, maybe 2. Nevin McKenzie stops him, and it will be a Wyoming first down with exactly 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Wyoming started doing this in the last drive, doing a lot of quick count type stuff before Tennessee could move or adjust to any of their shifts. Shift real quick and then go right off the play, catching Tennessee a little off guard to this point.
First down. It's at the 12-yard line. Give it to Moore again. Moore straight ahead. Tennessee wraps him up at the line. Not much there at all for Moore. Wes Brown makes the tackle for Tennessee. Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. And the Volunteers call a timeout, 2:28 to go. That's the first one they've called, so there are 2 remaining for the Volunteers. Coming up at halftime, we'll have an interview with Tennessee Athletic Director Mike Hamilton talking about the coaching search, as on Monday of this past week, Coach Philip Fulmer announced he was not coming back as the head coach for 2009. We'll have first half highlights and stats, and also have a little preview piece on the Tennessee Vols and the Lady Vols. A review, not a preview, a review.
A cast iron V8 block makes your truck weigh more. You want the aluminum one that lets you tow more. That's having your cake and eating it too. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
49ers take on the Cardinals at 8:30 on ESPN Monday Night Football.
Most half-ton exhaust manifolds are built the old-fashioned way. You ask for headers born from racing and built for power. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck.
Dropped in the backfield. First man that got there for the Volunteers was Nevin McKenzie. And his teammates get him. It's a loss of 4. It'll be 3rd down and very long for Wyoming. Tennessee steps in and calls another timeout with 2:29 to go in the first half.
McKenzie did a good job slashing in off the corner, catching Moore in the backfield before he had a chance to get anything going. I think you're going to see Wyoming probably, with this field position, run Moore again, or Selden, whichever one's in the ball game, and be content if they don't break something here to punt it back and play defense.
2 minutes 29 seconds to go in the first half. Wyoming with a 13-0 lead, and they pick up both scores, Pat, on defensive plays, turnovers, interceptions. One returned almost all the way, and one was returned all the way.
Well, we talked about turnovers. They said that's what killed Wyoming this year. Tennessee's been pretty lucky to this point. Turnover-wise, today twice it bit them bad.
3rd down, big play for the Volunteers. They're hanging on to 1 timeout with 2:29 to go in the first half. Stutzream gives it to Moore. Big hole. Moore, first down, crossing the 20-yard line.
And that's a killer.
D'Angelo Willingham wraps him up, but not before Moore picks up 13 and gets a Wyoming first down.
See, that's a play right there. You've got to stop this 3rd down run. You know they're going to run the football. You've got to stop it. Get a chance to get the football back.
Moore again crosses the 25 to the 26. Dennis Rogan makes the tackle for Tennessee as we're down to 2:08 and the clock is moving.
Now I think if you're Wyoming, you're going to see a little more urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage, get in the playoffs, see if they can get, they're out around the 25-yard line. There's 2 minutes to go in this ball game. They may try get something going down and score.
Devin Moore is the tailback. Stutzream is gone all the way at quarterback.
He doesn't appear to be in too big a hurry, though.
I'm sure he'd love to take a 13-0 lead into the locker room.
Yeah, playing this pretty close to the vest.
Give it to Moore. Big hole. Moore first down. Spins away. Gets out to the 40. Another Wyoming first down. 1:25. That stops the clock. Pickup of 12 more. 1:26 rather. And it is a first down for Wyoming. Wanell Selden is into the game now. Tailback for the Cowboys.
Yeah, Alex Wilson there in position to make the play. Just misses it. Just whiffs. Moore ambles on down the field.
To Moore again, who's still in there. That is Wynell Selden, who's the tailback. Picks up 2 off the left side. Clock moving now, just over a minute to go first half. DeMonte Bolden makes the tackle for the Volunteers. Cowboys have outrushed Tennessee today 93-30.
Well, that's what they want to do. I mean, they want to run the football. I said before, they only throw for about 100 yards a game to this point. They want to run Selden, and they want to run more. They're doing a pretty darn good job of it to this point.
33 seconds, clock moving. They give it to Moore again. Tennessee wraps him up close to the first down, but he will be short. And unless somebody calls a timeout, that will be the last play of the first half. Likely. Ben Martin makes the tackle for Tennessee. It'll be 3rd down and about 1. And they're just going to let it run. That's the end of the first half. Wyoming has taken a 13-0 lead over Tennessee here in the first half. They did it with a couple of costly turnovers, both pass interceptions, setting up one score, giving them another. It's 13-0 Wyoming leading Tennessee at halftime at Neyland Stadium. Longer.
Well, they talked about using BJ this week and said that don't even be surprised if he might be the second guy that comes back in the ball game. But Jonathan Crompton was the second guy. Neither one has produced a point to this point. So do we see BJ? I kind of want to see him personally. I think a lot of other people do too.
Tennessee did not score in the first half. The last time they were shut out in a game was when they lost 31-0 to Florida in 1994.
Well, what you look at now is Wyoming has got a 13-0 lead. They're receiving the kick. They're going to get the ball first. Tennessee's averaging around 17 points a game this year. Can Tennessee score 14 points?
I don't know.
They haven't showed the ability the first half. They're going to have to change a lot of things in the second half if they're going to score points.
Marcel Gibson will receive the kick by Copeland, or Chad Cunningham. This is Gibson back into the end zone. He'll come out. Gibson to the 15, up the middle. Gibson, good return, crosses the 30-yard line, and it will be a first down for Wyoming. A 31-yard return for Marcel Gibson. Nick Reveiz makes the tackle for Tennessee. Stutzriem is still the quarterback. Devin Moore, the tailback.
You know, Stutzriem hadn't been, sensational by any means, but he's been effective, and he's taking care of the football.
First down at the 31-yard line. Stutzriem and fakes. Tennessee putting some heat on, and that heat coming from the left side. That's Wes Brown putting the heat on. The intended receiver was Sundberg.
Well, Sundberg was there, but he wasn't going anywhere because Adam Myers-White was out there in his back pocket getting ready to make the play, and the football was catching it.
Second down, 10. Stutzriem gives it to Moore, and they swarm him under. Drop him back at the 30. It's a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 11 for Wyoming.
Yeah, there's Wes Brown again trying to get the cutback, but he's right there to make the play. Brown's a good back, but he's like all backs. You catch him in the backfield before they get going forward, they're not going to gain many yards. Looked like John Chavis must have had a few words with his defense at halftime.
3rd down, 11. Wyoming leading at 13-0 early in the third quarter. Stutzriem under pressure, dumps it off. It is incomplete. It would not have been enough for a first down. It will be 4th and 11. And the Tennessee defense is held.
Well, Wes Brown again came off the edge. Got to Stutzriem, made him throw that ball wild to the outside. Now Tennessee's going to get their first possession.
Austin McCoy will come in to punt for Wyoming. Rogan will stand at the 30 to receive the punt for Tennessee. Short kick. It's going to bounce straight up and be downed at the 36-yard line. So no return for Rogan. Against the wind, a 34-yard punt by McCoy, and Tennessee gets it first down and 10. They'll have it at their own 36. And Jonathan Crompton back in at quarterback for Tennessee. Starting tailback with him, Lennon Creer. Crompton 1 out of 3 for 8 yards so far in the first half. Crompton, play action, rolling right, gets away from one man, dumps it off, pass caught. First down, yardage near midfield. It's to the tight end, Luke Stocker. Crompton got away from a man, thought about keeping it, but then dumped it ahead to Stocker, who gets the first down.
That's called making a play. We haven't had many of those this year. Jonathan Crompton rolled out on the bootleg, got caught, looked like he was going to get tackled. Did a great job of getting the ball on the sideline for the first down.
Shotgun, Crompton hit as he delivers. The pass is incomplete. That one almost picked off by Marcel Gibson, but it was intended for Rogers. Incomplete. Second down.
Yeah, good pressure off the edge. Made John, well, no, it came right off to the right side. Jonathan threw the ball out there, kind of dangerous throw. Gibson made a play on the football, came close to bringing that back the other way.
Rogers was wanting pass interference, saying that Gibson hit him before the ball got there. But no call. Second down and 10. Lennon Creer, the tailback, behind Crompton. Creer, right side, big hole. Creer spins away. Creer, first down inside the 35-yard line. Lennon Creer made a lot of that on his own. A big gain, 23 yards. It's a first down for Tennessee, down to the Wyoming 30-yard line.
Well, run to the right, gets the cutback, breaks an arm tackle, and just breaks it to the outside. Steps over a couple tackles and brings it down to the 30-yard line. Tennessee's got something going for the first time today.
First down at the 30. Creer still is the tailback. Kevin Cooper, the fullback, in motion to the near side of the field. That's Jones. Crompton. Pass batted down. Jones was wide open as well, but Crompton could not deliver. Mike Juergens gets the pass. That's at least the third deflection by a defensive lineman of a Tennessee pass today.
Well, bootleg slipped Jones out into the flat. You've got a 6'3" linebacker coming with his hands up. You've got to get that ball over his hands. Because if you do, Jones has got that ball in the flat, and we know what he can do with it out in space.
Well, the last time Tennessee's been shut out in the first half back-to-back, we saw that back in 05. Lennon Creer, draw play. Creer, big hole. Creer close to the first down. I think he's going to be short, but not by much. Between 9 and 10 yards on the pickup. And Quincy Rogers makes the tackle for Wyoming.
This is set up perfectly for just a straight quarterback sneak. You got a pretty good sized quarterback in there in Crompton. He's 6'4", 225. All you need is a foot.
Crompton will give it to Creer, gets the first down, spins forward. Tennessee has it first down inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 3. He needed about a 1.5 feet, and he picked up 3 yards.
Well, got a good block out there by Cooper. He's like having another lineman in the game, one that can move a little bit better.
Line of scrimmage is the 18-yard line. This drive started at the Tennessee 31. This has been their most impressive possession of the day. Crompton Three-step drop, pass over the head of the intended receiver, Denarius Moore. It will be second down at the Wyoming 18-yard line.
You hate to waste first downs like that. You've got just a three-step drop, hitch pattern out to the left, which is there, but you've got a linebacker also. You've got Juergens running out there. Like I said, he's 6'3". You know, bothering where you're going to throw that football. Crompton just threw that ball high.
Second down at the 18. Crompton. Protections there. Lobbing it for Jones and complete. Jones tried to make a one-hand grab, could not hold it. It'll be third down and 10 at the 18.
Well, that was a pretty nice throw, pretty nice route, and a great effort by Jones to get the football laid out. Almost made the one-handed grab. Pretty good coverage by Marcel Gibson. That ball had to be there or Gibson makes a play on it.
Tennessee faced with a third down as they've moved from their own 31 down to the Wyoming 18. Lucas Taylor, Rogers go left along with Denarius Moore. Crompton. Third down. Over the middle. Caught by Rogers inside the 10-yard line. And according to where they mark it, I believe he's got the first down. That's a pickup of 11.
Yeah,
and it is a first down.
Got the good square in by Rogers. Jonathan keeps the ball down low into the chest, stomach area where he can make the catch and hang on while he's being wrapped. Those guys coming across the middle, they know they're going to get hit.
First down and goal to go. Tennessee at the 7-yard line. Volunteers looking to put some points on the board. Crompton, delay, Freer, left side, dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. He may have lost a little bit. Ward Dobbs made the tackle. Dobbs has had a big day. It's a loss of a yard. It'll be second down and goal from the 8.
Yeah, Dobbs wasn't buying the pass there. Tried to run a little draw. Dobbs read it all the way, shot through it, and knocked Creer down just short of the line of scrimmage, I believe.
In motion to the near side is Jones. Play action, Crompton caught by Jones. Jones, touchdown, Big Orange. Gerald Jones, 8 yards from Jonathan Crompton, and Tennessee is on the board.
Well, Jones runs the underneath route, had a tight end over the top, trying to get the easy corner pattern. That's not there. Jones is coming underneath. He just stopped, pulled up. Jonathan hit him with the ball, and he got underneath a Gabe Knapp one there on the inside route and just took it into the end zone.
13-6. Daniel Lincoln will attempt to make it 13-7. He does, but there is a penalty marker on the play. If it's against Wyoming, forget it. And it is. Tennessee takes the point. It's 13-7 with 10:08 to go here in the third period at Neyland Stadium. Let's look at that touchdown to Gerald Jones once again.
You got a fullback in the flat. You got Jones underneath and a tight end over the top. He picked the right guy. Jones makes a nice catch underneath and takes it into the checkerboard.
Volunteers avoid the shutout. They get their first possession of the year. The drive 69 yards that started on their own 31. 11 plays, 337. And the 8-yard touchdown pass to Gerald Jones puts him on the board from Jonathan Crompton.
And signs of life. Signs of life. Defense, first time out, stuck it to Wyoming. Complete reversal of how they ended the half, giving up yards off their own 1-yard line. 3 plays and out. Offense comes out, converts third downs, drives it down the field, and gets points.
Well, Smokey's happy about that. Tennessee will kick off with 10:08 to go in the third period. Volunteers 3-6 with 3 games left. They win them all, they will be bowl eligible at 6-6. And here's your schedule. Wyoming today. Tennessee is off next week. They're at Vanderbilt on the 22nd. And then Kentucky, the final game of the year, November 29th.
And you got the last 2 guys. Is Kentucky bowl eligible? Or they're fighting to be bowl eligible?
Not yet.
And along with Vanderbilt.
I think they each won their first 5, but they haven't won much since. Chad Cunningham will kick off for Tennessee. Devin Moore and Wynell Selden back deep to receive for the Cowboys on a beautiful, beautiful afternoon here at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. The kick by Cunningham into the wind. Short kick taken at the 18 by one of the up men. The big number 47 for Wyoming, that's Mike Newhouse, and he takes it out to the 34, 16-yard return, and Wyoming in pretty good shape in terms of field position with their second possession of the second half. Give it to Moore, the sweeping right. He gets to the outside, gets the first down, knocked out of bounds, but not before he picks up at least 10. We'll see where they mark it. Dennis Rogan shoved him out of bounds with help from Rico McCoy. But I tell you, Moore is the kind of running back you don't want to let him turn that corner.
No, he's quick. Tennessee did a great job of pushing the line of scrimmage, had everything cut off except the edge. And Moore slipped around it and got his 10 yards.
First down at the 45. Stutzring gets away from trouble and just throws that one away. David Leonard, the intended receiver, or at least he was the one closest to the point where the ball came down. Second down.
They're just running a little 5-yard stop there on the right side. I don't know why Stutzring didn't throw the ball to him originally, but Leonard never moved. He just sat down. The cornerback just sat down. He rolled out. Just threw it over to Philip Fulmer.
Second down. Line of scrimmage, the Wyoming 45. Stutzring might have been a busted play, but the big fullback fumbles the football. It's recovered by Tennessee inside the 50-yard line. Who got it? Dennis Rogan, number 41, picks up the football, and Tennessee gets the first turnover of the game for the Cowboys.
Well, they brought a wide receiver in motion. This is an option play. The option was covered. Quarterback kept the football. And when the quarterback's running in traffic like that, you just got to get down. He didn't. The ball got ripped out. Walter Fisher rips that football out. Dennis Rogan covers it.
First down, Tennessee at the Volunteer 48-yard line. Crompton gives it to Creer. Creer to the 50, picks up a yard. That is about it. A yard, and that's all. Mike Juergens makes the tackle. From his outside linebacker, they have a strong side, middle, weak side, and an outside. It's kind of like there's a defensive end, but
yeah, they just bring him up from the outside. Stand-up defensive end.
Second down 9. Crompton back to throw. Good protection. Pass incomplete, way behind Lucas Taylor, the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's a pass that's behind, but you still catch that football. You're on a square end. He's keeping it away from the defender.
Might have been tipped again.
Yeah, it was tipped a little bit, but I don't think it altered the path of the football. And Taylor got his hands on it. And being an old quarterback, you know what I'm going to say. If you touch it, you catch it.
3rd down and 9 from midfield. Lyndon Creer, the tailback. Crompton out of the shotgun. Back to throw, throwing a fade down the left side, incomplete, intended for the Volunteers. That's Lucas Taylor. Again, he had double coverage, but the pass was there. Pretty well thrown ball by Crompton, but it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that ball's on the money. Free safety's trying to catch up. I think he just misjudged that football. That ball couldn't have been thrown much better. He's bracketed on both sides. We see Taylor on the sidelines. He's holding his shoulder. I think he landed on it. But irregardless, that's 2 in a row he should have caught.
Colquitt will punt. Booming kick, signal for a fair catch, and made at the 8-yard line by Wyoming. That's Brandon Stewart, so it'll be 1st down and 10 following a 42-yard punt by Britton Colquitt.
When you touch down at Hampton, you wake up a winner.
That's right. Thanks for their friendly service.
They even remembered my name.
What is your name?
That you will never know.
Smart move, Tracy.
Seriously, what's your name?
You know, scientific tests have proven that when you drink Dr. Pepper slowly, the 23 flavors taste even better. Hey, I get it, because half my life's been in slow motion. Watch this. Slower is better. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
That was good in Dr. J right there.
Most half-ton exhaust manifolds are built the old-fashioned way. You ask for headers born from racing and built for power. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
Brake lights out. Let's pull them over.
Oh, come on. The game's on. Okay.
Please pull your vehicle to the right. Come on, get outside. Get outside.
Hands up.
Come on, 3-pointer.
The Slingbox lets you watch your home TV through the internet on your laptop or mobile phone.
Post up, post up. What are you talking about?
Slingbox.
Point. You play a whole half of football and you go in feeling really, really good about yourself and really good about how the football game's going. And all it takes is 2 series, one defensively and one offensively, to completely change that mindset. I guarantee you, Wyoming's down there, they're on the 10-yard line, coming out of their own end zone, feeling a little uneasy right now.
1st down, Wyoming. The 9-yard line. Hand off to Selden. Straight ahead for a couple. Not much, but maybe 2 for Selden. Eric Berry comes up and makes the tackle for the Volunteers.
He cut back, got up into the hole. Berry was right there next to the line of scrimmage to make the stop.
Gain of 3, 2nd down, 7. Stutzring straight ahead. Selden crosses the 15. Wes Brown makes the tackle for Tennessee. Selden picks up 5. It'll be 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2 upcoming for the Cowboys.
A pretty good run by Selden. Got a couple yards after contact. Good power run. Sets Wyoming up in a situation where it's 3rd and 1, 1.5. Very makeable distance.
Big play for Tennessee. Stutzring hands it to Selden, who gets the 1st down out to the 20. Dennis Rogan makes the tackle, but not before Selden picks up 2. It'll be a 1st down and 10. Wyoming out to the Cowboy 20-yard line. Stutzring brings his team to the line. Wyoming up 13-7. Lionel Selden is the lone setback behind Stutzring. Gives it to him, kind of a delayed draw play, and it's a big loss. Tennessee had it snuffed out. Rico McCoy was there. So was Wes Brown. It's a loss of 5.
That play was a little funny. They brought the tight end or H-back in motion out to the right and then gave a real wide handoff to Southern, almost like a semi-sweep.
Yeah.
But
it looked like a cross between a sweep and a draw because it took so long to develop.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
Loss of 5, second down 15, back to the 15. Tennessee blitzing. Here they come. They wrap him up. Selden back at the 10. That's another loss. They're saying he touched at the 11. That's a loss of 4 more. Robert Ayers back there, number 91, along with the Volunteers' Andre Mathis, number 46.
Big Robert Ayers out there trying to get the crowd down in that end zone enthused. Secondary sitting back there. I guarantee you, Rogan and James Berry, they're sitting back and saying, okay, this is when we need to make a play.
Third down and 19. Stutzream straight ahead. Selden, nothing. Maybe 3 or 4. It's going to be way short of a first down. And it'll be 4th down for the Cowboys. They'll have to punt it away. Nevin McKenzie and Nick Gervais make the tackle for Tennessee. Austin McCoy in the game to punt for Wyoming.
Not many plays in your playbook for 3rd and 19. Pass, run, whatever. Trick plays. You turn to that page, it says 3rd and 19, and there's nothing there.
Brogan stands at his 45 to receive the punt. High snap, but he gets the kick away. It's a short kick. Really, really short. Takes a Wyoming bounce, then bounces sideways. And Tennessee's going to get the ball in great shape inside the Wyoming 45-yard line. 4:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Wyoming leads Tennessee 13-7.
A cast iron V8 block makes your truck weigh more. You want the aluminum one that lets you tow more. That's having your cake and eating it too. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
Be transformed by experiences so intense, they alter everything forever. By colors so vibrant, they twist the very fabric of your being. And sounds so pure, you don't just hear them, you become them. By a world so beyond anything you've ever experienced. Nothing will ever be the same. The new Kuro, now blacker than ever.
It's the future.
The line of scrimmage is the Wyoming 43. It's first down Tennessee, just under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Wyoming with a 6-point lead. Cowboys led it 13-0 at the half.
You know, these are spots that, and defense knows this too a lot of times, but you get the, defense has a big stand, you get the ball on the other team's territory. A lot of times, first play out of the box, you try and hit them big.
Crompton hands it to Poole, fights forward to the 40, picks up about 3. He's 2nd down coming. Second down and about 7. Ball just shy of the Wyoming 40-yard line. Denarius Moore and Gerald Jones wide to the left. Play action, Compton, pass caught, short gain. Gerald Jones, the receiver, picks up 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Just a real safe pass, little play action. Tried to get the tight end on a quick corner pattern or the fullback out in the flat. If those guys aren't there right now, he's got Gerald Jones coming underneath the linebackers from the other side. for a nice little safe 4 or 5 yard pass over the football.
It's at the 37. 3rd down and 4. Crompton out of the shotgun this time. Back to throw. They're going to blitz him. He dumps it over the middle. Caught by Poole, but just a great play defensively for Wyoming to bust that up. Dobbs, number 29. We told you he's been everywhere today, and he was. That's a loss of 2 on that play. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they brought a delay blitz, but Dobbs read the screen all the way, stayed right there with Josh McNeil, fought off his block to make the tackle immediately for a short loss.
Britton Colquitt will stand close to midfield to punt it away. Clock moving down to about 3 minutes to go. David Leonard will stand inside his 10 to receive the punt. A pooch. This one is going to be probably hit it way too hard. It goes into the end zone. So not much of an exchange. The total net is going to be from the 33 down to the 20s. We're only about a 13-yard net, 38-yard punt. It'll be 1st down and 10.
That was one of those situations that, you know, you get close to the 1st down, and you got 4th and short, 4th and 2, whatever. I think you would have seen Tennessee go for that. But with the loss of a yard or 2 on 3rd down, forced their hand to punt.
Devin Moore back in at tailback along with Stutzring, the quarterback. He's gone all the way this afternoon. We're under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Wyoming up 13-7. Stutzring, straight drop. Little fade, caught. 1st down to the 43, David Leonard. Beautifully thrown pass by Stutzring, picks up 23 and a 1st down.
Now this is almost like a little rub route. Run a wheel in behind an inside route. The cornerback gets kind of blocked off, and David Leonard's open down the sidelines and makes a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch right there at the marker.
1st down out to the 43. Tennessee jumped. Devin Moore takes the handoff, got back to the line of scrimmage, but Victor Thomas among those in on the tackle for Tennessee. We'll see what this flag is about. I think it's offsides against Tennessee.
Offside, number 52 on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, 1st down.
Yeah, that tells you why Victor was in there in the backfield so quick.
5 yards. It's 1st down and 5. And here comes Wyoming quickly to the line. They come out of that huddle quickly. They give it to Moore. Busts it to the outside. Moore finally hit at the 50-yard line. A whole host of orange shirts. Ben Martin was there. So was Alex Wilson. A pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Well, Wyoming's done this a number of times. Kind of the line of scrimmage quick. Gone on the quick count. Tried to catch Tennessee a little off guard. Moore took it outside quick. Berry kind of forced the play, but Martin was right there to clean it up.
2nd down and 3. The line of scrimmage midfield. Wyoming quickly out of the huddle. And Tennessee stops him. They stuff him at the line. That's no gain. Devin Moore, the ball carrier. Gerald Williams makes the tackle from his linebacker spot for Tennessee. Help from McCoy.
Yeah, Rico did a good job of jamming up the hole. Got a big guard pulling out there trying to block on him, and he just stuffed him.
3rd down and 3. No gain whatsoever on that last play. Line of scrimmage is midfield. Stutzring, quick count. Give it to Moore. Big hole. 1st down. Cowboys down to the 40. 9-yard pickup. He only needed 3 for the 1st. He picks up 9.
Tennessee really tried to force the line of scrimmage, but the 2 guys that really shot through there got picked up, blocked, walled off, and Moore hit the gap quick.
It's at the 41. Stutzring. This will likely be the final play of the third quarter. Moore hit and dropped at the 40, picked up one, and that will be it. DeMonte Bolden makes the tackle for the Volunteers. 18 seconds to go.
They're just going to let it run.
Fourth quarter upcoming. Wyoming leads it 13-7, but the third quarter got Tennessee some points as Wyoming leads it by 6 as we go to the fourth and final period of play here on Homecoming 2008 at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville.
They do. They like to hit you quick. Now he's checking off. Got 2 tight ends in the ball game. Off formation, just 1 wide receiver.
Give it to Moore. Not much there. Not much at all. To the 40. No gain, if any. It'll be third down. Walter Fisher makes the tackle from his defensive tackle spot. Alex Wilson also went on it for Tennessee.
Well, they're getting their money's worth out of Moore. This is his 21st carry, I believe.
Total yards, Tennessee 136, Wyoming 199. 9 first downs for the Volunteers. Third and long. Stutzrine, the quarterback, hands it to Moore. Moore bounces off his own man down to the 30, gets the first down. Stutzrine ran in, or actually Moore ran into his own man, bounced off him, and falls forward for about 7 or 8 yards.
That's a heck of a run there. Got an inside handoff, bounced off the guard, just spun and kept going, and then jumped a defender at the end of the run for just enough yardage to get the first down.
First down, Wyoming, down to the Tennessee 31-yard line.
Wyoming can't get the play in on time.
Wyoming calls a timeout with 13:54 to go in the game. And Wyoming leading at 13-7. Well, not many of the crowd that showed up for the game today has left.
Well, you know, why, if you're going to come to a football game, why would you ever leave before the outcome is decided? And you know, sitting at 13-7, that's definitely hasn't been decided yet.
Wyoming scored first, leading at 13-0 at the half. Tennessee on the first possession for them of the second half drive right down the field and scores their first touchdown. It's 13-7, but they've been able to do nothing since offensively.
Well, they've got 136 yards, I believe, in 3 quarters. That's, you know, you like to have 136 a lot of times in 1 quarter.
Yeah,
you're going to have a big game.
Well, you know, of that 136 yards, almost half of that came on that one drive.
That was a 69,
64, something like that.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Half of it did come on one drive. You know, Wyoming are sitting right around 200 yards, 210 maybe.
When you touch down at Hampton, you wake up a winner.
That's right. Thanks to their friendly service.
They even remembered my name.
What is your name?
That you will never know.
Smart move, Tracy.
Seriously, what's your name?
Most half-ton exhaust manifolds are built the old-fashioned way. You ask for headers born from racing and built for power. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
Sirs, your comments on global warming.
It's definitely hot. Just like the NFC North's running game.
It's a pass-happy league, but this division likes to keep it on the ground.
When you've got Adrian Peterson and Ryan Grant, why not?
Stuttering the quarterback. First down and 10. Stuttering's going to change the play. It's at the 31. Stuttering hands it to Selden. Spins outside down to the 25. He picks up 5. Willingham and McCoy make the tackle for Tennessee, but a good game.
Yeah, Selden did a good job. All these plays, for the most part, they're designed, except when Moore's in the game, they're designed to go between the tacklers. Selden just bounced that outside, got out there and got on to D'Angelo Willingham. And anytime a guy like that sees a cornerback, he's going to take it to him.
Selden goes out after the 5-yard gain. Moore back in at tailback. Stutzman spins, throws it way over the head of Greg Jinho, the intended receiver, the fullback. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 at the Tennessee 26.
And they try to get that little underneath pass to the fullback out in the flat with the tight end behind him. There wasn't anybody open. He just threw that away.
New quarterback, that's Karsten Sween, number 16 in the game for Wyoming.
Well, Sween had been starting, going out with a concussion 2 weeks ago.
Hands it off. Not much there. Not a first down for Devin Moore. It'll be 4th down upcoming for the Cowboys in about 2 or 3. Rico McCoy makes the tackle for Tennessee.
That's a little strange right there. They put in Karsten Sween on a 3rd down. They changed quarterbacks to hand off, and now they bring in
Stutzream's back
in.
It's 4th down and 2. Stutzream is back in. The line of scrimmage, the Tennessee 28. And then they direct snap it. That was a trick play. I don't think he got the first down. Tennessee's coming out of there with a football, but we'll see. Wes Brown made the tackle. I don't know, according to where they marked the football, I don't think he got it.
No, it doesn't appear that he got it. I don't know. I'd like to see a replay. Tennessee did a good job of not being fooled by the running back coming up and taking the snap from center.
Tennessee gets the ball back. They take over on downs. Watch this. Moore, the snap, took the direct snap and came up short by about 1.5 feet.
Tell you what, DeMonte Bolden does a great job of caving that in, because if he doesn't make that play, they get that first down.
Crompton back in at quarterback. Tennessee 1st down and 10 at the Volunteer 21. Now an official's timeout again.
Do you think they're going to replay the spot here? I think that's what they're talking about.
Well, Joe Glenn says he wants them to take a look at it because he thought Moore got the first down.
The previous play is under further review.
Well, they're going to review it. That's the first review we've had today. So let's take another look with them. 12:24 to go.
It just depends on what kind of camera angle you got. When I first saw the play, I felt like he might have got a little bit of a suspect mark. But here we go. We'll see it here. You know, I don't know.
I don't think so. Not there.
No, I think the linesman's got it set pretty much where he got to, I believe.
You can't tell from this angle because it's behind him. Well, they're going to talk about it. Tennessee has 12 minutes, 24 seconds to go left in the game to get the tying points or the go-ahead points. So let's hear what Steve Shaw has to say.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It will be first down, Tennessee.
First down, Tennessee. They're coming the other way. The 21-yard line. Crompton, as we mentioned, back in at quarterback. Lennon Creer is the tailback.
You know, that was a good concept and a really good idea by Wyoming, but even better awareness by Tennessee's defense.
First down, Crompton, the quarterback, takes the snap, gives it to Creer. Big gain out to the 30. First down to the 34. Chris Prasinski makes the move out of bounds, but not before Creer picks up 13 yards for the Volunteers, and it's a Tennessee first down.
Yeah, they just didn't protect the edge, and you know Creer, he sees a little daylight outside. He's getting there.
First down to the 35. Creer still in at tailback. Crompton the quarterback. Three-step drop, pump and fake. Look at Flair, badly thrown pass, I tell you. And now they're saying pass interference. But who's it on? Is it on Jones?
No.
Or Gibson?
I believe they called that on Gibson because he never turned to make a play on the ball. But I don't know if you can call that when the ball was not even close to being catchable.
Well, Steve Shaw is coming to explain.
Pass interference, number 2 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
That's a big break for Tennessee. A 15-yard penalty will march it all the way to almost midfield.
Now here's the throw.
Well, you know, he wasn't. Gibson was not aware of where the football was, but Jones was and could not get to the ball for the Gibson.
He couldn't have got there ever. That's a bad call.
Crompton hands it off to Creer, picks up big yardage because the flow of that line just kind of surged everybody forward. Creer picks up about 5, maybe 6. Gabe Napton makes the tackle for Wyoming.
Just good, strong running. 3 yards after being hit.
Creer still in at tailback. Crompton, 2nd down and 4. Draw play. Creer sidesteps, gets the 1st down inside the 40. Mike Juergens makes the tackle, but not before. Creer picks up the 1st down at the Wyoming 38-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play.
Well, I tell you what, those defenders, the front line defenders for Wyoming are just wearing down a little bit. They're pushing against those big old offensive linemen for 3 quarters, and it's starting to get to them.
Under 11 minutes to go. Crompton hands it to Creer. Creer still fighting up the middle. Creer to the 30. Big yardage again for Creer. Quincy Rogers makes the tackle, but not before Creer picks up 7 more. It'll be 2nd down and 3 as they move that football forward to the Cowboy 31.
That's when you know your defensive line, front 7's getting kind of pushed around. That play there really didn't look like much. And you look up and you got a 7-yard gain.
2nd down and 3. Clock moving. 10:18 to go in the game. Crompton. Creer bounces it out to the right. Creer 1st down. Creer inside the 20. Penalty marker comes in late.
That's going to be a holding on Tennessee.
Not sure. That might have been a.
I think they're going to get Gerald Jones for holding.
That's what Joe Glenn's saying. That nullifies a great gain. Pickup of 11 by Creer.
Holding, number 4 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That hurts.
2nd down.
Watch again and let's see.
Yeah, Jones is out there. He's on.
Yeah, got him by the jersey.
Yeah. He's on the strong safety. Rogers, and just held him just enough. Don't know if he could have made the play or not, but it's out there in the open where the official can see it.
So instead of a 1st down inside the 20, it's now 2nd down and 7 back at the 35. Crompton, play action, throws it, pass deflected, caught by Jones. Jones inside the 25, 1st down to the 21. That's Denarius Moore who makes the catch, 14 yards. Was that ball deflected at the line? Watch and see.
It appeared to be. Play action pass. Got more short. Yeah, it was deflected. Once again, we have more deflected passes for some reason.
It was deflected by 91 John Fletcher, but it was picked off by Moore, who gets the 1st down.
Well, I'll say Fletcher's 6'6", so with his arms up there, he's a tough guy to throw over probably.
Tarin pulls back in at tailback, delay to him inside the 20. He just keeps churning and fighting his way forward, picks up 2 or 3. 9-13, 9-12. That's the time remaining in the game. Wyoming leading it 13-7. Mark it at the 19-yard line. Freer's back in the game. There you see the numbers for Poole. 11 carries, 44 yards. It's an average of 4 per carry.
Yeah, he matched his number of carries for the season today. Had 11 coming in, I believe.
Crompton, pass way over the head of Denarius Moore, intended for him. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Tried to get a little slip screen out there to Denarius Moore, and Johnson just made a bad throw there.
Stops the clock, 8:37 to go. Tennessee still has 3 timeouts remaining. Wyoming has 2, but Wyoming has led since the very first period of play. Crompton on 3rd down out of the shotgun. Crompton's pass incomplete. Way over the head of Denarius Moore again. It will be 4th down. Tennessee calls time. Let's take a look.
Well, Moore's got the first down yardage. He breaks it inside, but not a very strong route. Ball just a little too high and inside. You got to have a little more sense of urgency in that route. You got to come up there, plant your foot, turn, show the quarterback your numbers, and get ready to catch the football. You can't lazily turn in like that and expect for that play to work, especially when the cornerback's sitting down on you.
Timeout, Tennessee, 8:30 to go.
And here we got Johnson Crompton taking a little 3-step drop out of the shotgun. Hops and just lets it go, but it had a little too much heat on it. A little high, but he didn't get a lot of help from Denarius Moore either.
So the Volunteers faced with a 4th down. I really don't know what they're discussing, because you kick a field goal and make it, you got a 3-point game. And 8:30 to go. Still a lot of time.
Yeah, then if you don't make it on the 4th down, then you got to come back and score a touchdown. So I mean, I'm thinking this is a no-brainer. You got to kick this football.
Well, they're not going to kick it. Crompton is coming back.
Well, like I said, you don't kick this.
Hey, this year, nothing surprises me at all.
Hey,
nothing.
Yeah, all bets are off on a game like this, I assume.
3 wides in the game. Gerald Jones, Lucas Taylor, and Austin Rogers. 8.5 minutes to go. 4th down and 8. Stutzream's numbers, 7 of 15. Crompton, 7 out of 17. Each has thrown a touchdown pass.
Yeah, each have thrown some nice balls, and each have been kind of wild at times.
All right, it's come down to this, 4th down and 8. Tennessee at the 18-yard line, 19. Crompton out of the shotgun, 4 wides. Crompton back to throw, in pressure, under pressure, runs away, incomplete, intended for over the middle, Jones or Moore. Moore again. And Wyoming takes over on downs with 8:21 left in the game.
Does a good job of spinning out of trouble, getting out. He's got more. He just doesn't make the throw. Just throws a little down and in. Just throw it right at the body. See how the ball kind of ducks down to the side. You don't square your shoulders and get your feet right and throw that ball. That's what's going to happen. Now Wyoming's going to take over with a 6-point lead.
8:21 to go. The defense for Tennessee really needs to step up here, because Wyoming, a good rushing team, is going to try to run it right here. They give it to Moore. Tennessee stops him at the 21. So pickup of a couple, maybe one. Wes Brown makes the tackle. Clock moves, 8:09. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Under 8 minutes. Line of scrimmage is the 20. Second down, 9. Stutzring, 2 receivers to the left. Moore is back there with him, a tailback, and Jinho is the fullback. Give it to Moore. Nothing. Tennessee stops him. He loses a couple. Loss of at least 1. DeMonte Bolden was there to wrap him up. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
And you fully expect Wyoming to do pretty much the same thing again. 3rd and 10, deep in your own territory. But like I said, he's back in the shotgun. Looked like he's ready to throw.
Moore's back there with him at tailback. Just over 7 minutes to go.
I'm way off today.
Stutzring out of the shotgun. Down to 2 seconds on the game clock. Stutzring under pressure. Gets away. Dumps a pass. Caught. First down Wyoming out to the 45. Chris Johnson, the receiver. A 26-yard gain as Stutzring rolled to his left to avoid the Tennessee pressure.
Oh my. Good pressure. Looked like you were going to get Stutzring in the pocket. And good coverage downfield. But anytime a quarterback breaks contain and buys time, it's hard to stay with those guys for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. Receiver broke loose at the last second. And he just so happened to be right in front of Stutzring, and he hit him for the first down.
Well, Coach Fulmer's talking with Steve Shaw, so we'll see what he wants.
I don't know what he's...
The play is being challenged by Tennessee.
The play is being challenged?
Right. What I don't know is what the challenge is.
Because he possibly think the quarterback was past the line.
Yeah, we'll look and see.
Brake lights out. Let's pull them over.
Oh, come on. The game's on. Okay.
Please pull your vehicle to the right. Come on, get outside. Get outside.
Hands up.
Come on, 3-pointer.
The Slingbox lets you watch your home TV through the internet on your laptop or mobile phone.
Post up, post up. What are you talking about?
Slingbox.
Tennessee's charged with a timeout.
I believe so.
It leaves them with 1. 6:42 to go. Or do you get 1 a game and then the second one is, if you miss it, it's I'm not sure. Yeah, they are. They're charged with a timeout.
He just answered your question.
Right. So 1 left for Tennessee with 6:42 to go in the ballgame. Wyoming leads it 13-7.
Big first down by Wyoming that time. Huge. Tennessee was getting ready to get the ball back, probably with really good field position.
Wyoming quickly to the line at the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. Moore wrapped up, loss of a foot or so. Nevin McKenzie makes the tackle. But that clock is ever so important now. It's 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Tennessee's possessions, an interception, a punt, interception, and punt.
5 3-and-outs. No, that's not right.
Well, they did have a score in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Second half, touchdown. Touchdown, punt. All right. Second down and 11 from the 44. Stutzring out of the shotgun this time. Gives it to Moore. Cuts back to the middle. Tennessee bops him pretty good shy of midfield. He picks up about 4. Rico McCoy, and boy, McCoy played a great game today. He's been in on a bunch of tackles.
Yeah, this play here, appears Moore's going to get more out of this than he does. McCoy and Alex Wilson were right there, just past the line of scrimmage to lay the wood.
Carson Sween, who came in to hand off earlier in the game, is back in at quarterback. Devin Moore, rather, the tailback. 3rd down and 7. Sween hands it off again. Tennessee's got it. No gain. 4th down upcoming with 5:10 to go. Walter Fisher, a loss of a yard. He makes the tackle. Here comes Austin McCoy to punt as that clock moves under 5 minutes.
Tennessee's going to get the football, and this is a series that they're going to have to score on. They're going to have to. Down to 1 timeout. If you don't score here, you got to give the ball back to Wyoming. You may just run out of time.
1 timeout for Tennessee. Wyoming still has 2. McCoy will stand inside his 35 and punt it to Rogan. That's a wobbly kick. Rogan will pick it up. He will return it. And Rogan out of bounds at the 23, so Tennessee will put it in play. 1st down and 10 at their 24. It'll be a 30-yard punt that time by McCoy. And the Volunteers have it 1st down and 10 at the 24. 4:23 left in the game. Wyoming leads it by 6.
Monday, NFL legend Mike Singletary looks to return the Niners back to prominence as they take on Kurt Warner and the dynamic receiving duo of the first-place Cardinals. ESPN Monday Night Football, 49ers-Cardinals at 8:30.
Jim, when you touch down at Hampton, you wake up a winner.
That's right, Tracy. Thanks to their complimentary hot breakfast. Omelet.
Sausage.
French toast sticks.
I love French food and sticks.
The chase for the Sprint Cup continues at Phoenix, Sunday at 3 Eastern on ABC.
Many half-ton V8s get around the same miles per gallon, but ours puts out 30 more horsepower. Hello, beautiful. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
Turnover. I don't know about you, Randy, but I think I felt the same. I'm sure everybody else in the place felt the same way that I did. It was a complete shock. Team dropped back, throw the football. Next thing you look up, and a defensive end is running the other way with the football.
Crompton's got 76 yards to move his team in 4:23 with 1 timeout. There's Josh McNeil.
Got that war paint on.
Yep. They had that when you played back here.
The eye black. Well, they did eye black, but you know some of the defensive backs used to put it on, kind of look cool. But other than that, no, nobody used it.
Jones, Taylor, and Rogers are the wideouts. Crompton will work from the shotgun. 1st down and 10. Tennessee from the 24. Crompton slip screen and just nothing there. Loss. Gerald Jones. Wyoming had that played to perfection.
Well, anytime you're on a slip screen, you got to double clutch it. It's usually not there.
Loss of 4.
Yeah, good play by the linebacker sniffing that thing out. He's at Weston Johnson. You know, Weston Johnson sniffed that out and stayed right with him.
Crompton. Pass incomplete. Rogers had it, dropped it. Marcel Gibson, defending. It'll be 3rd down.
3rd and 13, 3rd and 14. Good throw by Jonathan Crompton on the end route. Good coverage right there, but Rogers had the inside position. You just got to get your hands on it. Like I said earlier, you got to catch it.
Well, we're down to 4-down territory now for Tennessee. Lennon Creer's the tailback. Crompton back to throw. Got a man. He's got Jones, who gets the first down and out of bounds up at the 45-yard line. Well-run route and a well-thrown pass by Crompton. A 24-yard gain on third down, and Tennessee's got it at the 45. First down at 10, 3:42 to go.
Yeah, Jones runs a corner pattern from the inside position, and Wyoming just kind of lost him. And I don't know how you lose a guy like Gerald Jones. I believe you should know where he's at all times. But he slipped in the open area, and Jonathan found him and hit him perfectly.
First down and 10. Crompton back to throw. Straight drop. Pass caught by Rogers, who dropped the football. It'll be incomplete. Boy, was he hammered. Marcel Gibson, and Rogers a little slow to get up.
Had the delay route coming to the inside. Put the ball pretty much where it needed to be. Might have been a little high, but Gibson's right there to nail Rogers and jar that thing loose.
Stops the clock with 3:16 to go. Denarius Moore in. Rogers is out. Creer still the tailback with Crompton on second down from the 45. They're coming on a blitz. Pass deflected, caught by Jones out to the 50. 5-yard pickup.
Tennessee got lucky there. Jonathan Crompton got lucky. Wyoming zone blitzed. Dropped off John Fletcher. He acted like he was going to pass rush. He dropped off into the route area, got his hands on the ball. It deflected straight to Jones. Did a good job of hanging on to it.
Third down and 5. Crompton pass caught by Taylor. First down to the Wyoming 40. Chris Prosinski defending for Wyoming. 11-yard pickup. First down inside the 40 to the 39.
Yeah, Lucas Taylor coming on the inside dig route. Crompton putting the ball down low where he can hang on to it.
Crompton, they're coming hard after him again, and he's going to be sacked. No, he got it off to Creer. No, they're saying he was down. And the coaches are saying, get back in the huddle. That's a loss of a bunch. Loss of 7, maybe. Loss of 8. Second down, 18. Crompton. Nobody's open. Crompton rolling right. Throwing it incomplete. Intended for Stocker, the tight end. And it will be third down.
Yeah, a lot of people screaming, wanted a flag on that. Felt like the defensive back knocked Stocker down, but he had no chance. He had no play on the football. Yeah, he had no play.
Clock is stopped under 2 minutes. 1:57 to go. Tennessee 8 out of 15 on third down conversions. That's over 50%. They're 32% for the year. But this is a big one. Third down and 18.
All you need to do is pick up something here. You don't have to pick it up, pick all of it up.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Taylor. It'll bring up fourth down and 18.
See that? You know, was Taylor open? Sort of. But he had Stocker out in the right flat, wide open. He could have thrown that football in. He wouldn't have picked up 18, but he probably could have got 10 or 12. Made it 3rd and 6, 4th and 6, 4th and 5. 4th and 15, 16 or 18 is awfully hard to pick up.
Well, it's come down to this one play. Fourth down and 18, 1:50 to go. The Volunteers have just one timeout. They're at the Wyoming 47. Crompton back to throw. Throwing it. It is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Gibson. And that will be the ball game.
You've got one timeout. I don't know that you get the football back, can you?
Nope.
Well, this throw, he's got Taylor. He's got him coming open in the area. He just throws the ball too high. Get that ball down a little bit. Taylor's got a chance to catch it ball and possibly make that fourth down play.
Well, these Wyoming fans are happy. maybe 1,000 of them made the trip. Stutzring, the quarterback.
This is a big win for the Wyoming program.
Gives it to Moore. Moore is still going forward. Picks up about 6 or 7. Just takes the line with him. A gain of 8.
You got a little Energizer bunny going right there.
Tennessee calls the final timeout of the game for the Volunteers. Well, Coach Philip Fulmer, who announced on Monday here at Neyland Stadium that he would not be returning. The Volunteers were asking him to resign, which he accepted the deal. Now the search is underway, and of course, if you heard our halftime interview with Athletic Director Mike Hamilton, you know that he has hired a firm to help in the process for searching for a new head coach for the Volunteers. Hopefully some of the heat and the pressure that has been on that man for several years is now no more.
And you would have hoped that your Tennessee team would have come out with a little more stuff today.
Well, the crowd didn't have it. The team didn't have it. And, you know, I don't know.
You know, I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. You had a week of turmoil. It's hard to play a football game when you're not focused, and it's hard, you know. And I'm not talking about just focused on Saturday. I said earlier, you focused on your work through the week. You prepare for you win football games during the week. You don't win them on Saturday. And with all that's been swirling around all week, going through these players' minds and all, and you know, you're talking about 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, you know, whose level of maturity is not, you know, they haven't been through anything like this before. And
right.
So that was probably paramount on their mind. Football was probably second, and consequently they paid for it today.
The Volunteers were angry, first of all, that their coach was leaving, but they found out about it before a team meeting on ESPN.com, which was not the way you want to find out that your coach is being relieved of his duties.
Yeah, I think they were just angry, period.
Moore falls forward, did not get the first down. He's going to be close, but the clock is continuing to roll now. The Vols are out of timeouts and no way of stopping the clock. 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Wyoming is going to just let this clock roll.
If I'm not mistaken, Wyoming is going to be in a position where they're going to have to punt the football, aren't they?
If they don't get this first down.
Yeah, if they don't get the first down here, I think it's going to be a differential of about 12 to 14
Moore
seconds.
did not get the first down. He will be stopped.
Well, I'm wrong. The clock will run out. The game clock and the shot clock are only a second off.
(29-28). They mark it for play, and that's it. Wyoming is coming to Knoxville on homecoming 2008 and beaten the Volunteers, the embattled Volunteers, 13-7. It has not been a good week for Tennessee football, as it has not been a good year. The Volunteers lose their 7th game of the season. There will be no bowl game for Tennessee now. And now we have 2 games remaining on the season. They play at Vanderbilt on November 22nd and then back here at home on November 29th. Did I see a smile on Vicki Fulmer's face? That's the first time after a game that I've seen her smile. (13-7) your final score. Wyoming gets the win. The Cowboys now 4-6 on the year. Tennessee drops to 3-7. Pat, your thoughts?
Disappointment. Really disappointed today, Randy. You know, the season hadn't gone like everybody hoped or wanted it to, but coming into a homecoming game against somebody that you bring in to beat, essentially, that's why you schedule Wyoming. And for the team not to come out and give any more effort or any more fire than what I saw today, I was disappointed.
Well, thanks, Pat. I've enjoyed it this season, buddy. As always.
Back at you, Randy.
Tennessee loses at homecoming for 2008, 13-7 to the Wyoming Cowboys, who came in and gave it a great, great effort as the Volunteers suffer a couple of costly turnovers early and lose the football game. So for Pat Ryan and our great crew here at Neyland Stadium, I'm Randy Smith. So long, everybody.